If you find yourself struggling with Apocalypse difficulty, or if you're getting one-shot by mobs or one-shot by bosses, give this build a try and make your life a lot easier. The reason I really like this build, especially after the patch and the nerfs to certain other builds, is this allows me to push the higher difficulties, Nightmare and Apocolypse, a lot easier without dying every 5 seconds. This will definitely allow you to take 2, 3, 4, 5 extra hits. You get so much health regeneration from when you have a shield, just passively, that you rarely have to use your hearts, and so you don't have to worry about running out of health potions. And this clip is during a pretty annoying boss fight where if you get hit with anything, they're going to apply a burning dot and then your health will just tick. But with this build, if you're ever low on health, again, you can just spam dodge roll, generate the shield, and your health points will recover slowly. Actually, not slowly, they'll recover pretty quickly. So you see here, I'm back at full HP. I took a grenade to the face, I'm burning, took some melee hits. You can generate a shield with a melee attack to get some HP back. Go ahead and do a couple rolls, and now I have a slight sliver of shield. And you see here, even as I'm sprinting while I'm in combat, that costs stamina. After I spend 25 stamina sprinting, I get a shield, and that shield will heal me. So here I'm just running through the fire. I have a dot on me, but I have a shield that protects me. Let's go over the classes for this build. We are the Spirited Artificer. I am using the Alchemist as my primary and the Engineer as my secondary. The reason I use Alchemist as my primary is it allows me to have 3 additional concoction buffs at once. So I get 4 concoctions, as well as a 25% increase to damage and 5% crit chance. Since we are building primarily health and tank for this build, this damage increase helps round out the build. As far as my secondary, I like the Engineer just because it gives you 50% increased armor effectiveness, and then you can deploy a cool turret, either the machine gun, the flamethrower, or the impact cannon. The 3 main concoctions that I use are the Mudtooth Tonic, which increases max health by 25, Dark Extract, which increases armor by 30, and the Dark Cider, which gives me health, stamina, and movement speed. The armor set that I'm using is the Alito Mark II armor. It is the armor set that gives you the most armor. If I pull up my advanced stats, see that I am at the cap of 80% damage reduction between my armor and damage reduction stats. So 80 is the max. I have that right at 80. The item that this build revolves around is the Generating Band, which regenerates 3% of max health while the shield is active. My total health is 220, and the Generating Band regenerates 3% of max health per second while the shield is active. So the way this build works is to have the cap of 80% damage reduction, and once we hit that cap, we dump everything else into health so that you can take a couple hits, especially if you're playing on Apocalypse difficulty. Most people can't do no-hit runs or kill bosses without getting hit, so on the higher difficulty, this allows you to take 2, 3, sometimes 4 extra hits before going down. For my amulet slot, I'm using the Navigator's Pendant, which gives you 20 health, 20 stamina, and minus 10 armor encumbrance. The second ring is the Rerouting Cable. Gain 5% of max health as a shield for 5 seconds after spending 25 stamina. And this stacks, so with the Rerouting Cable, I can get a 50% shield of my max health, which is 220. So half of that is 110. So the Rerouting Cable, I can get a 110 HP shield. And spending 25 stamina is very easy, especially in a fight. Any roll or dodge or charged melee attack will automatically spend more than 25 stamina. And so if I take a couple hits during a fight, I can go ahead and do a couple of rolls, generate the shield, and then when I have the shield, I'll regenerate 3% every second during the fight. Third ring I use is the Ring of the Robust, just increases max health by 10 and armor by 15. And then the last ring is the Fade Protector Signet, which increases health and stamina by 10 and reduces encumbrance by 5. Having this ring allows me to save 5 trait points, so I don't have to put it into the warrior trait for encumbrance. So reducing it by 5 puts me at 75. And so if I go over to my traits, you'll see here that I do not have to put any points into strong back because I get the -5 encumbrance from the ring. What I do put is Regrowth, which is 1.5 health per second regeneration. The Siphoner gives me 3% lifesteal. Triage, which gives me 50% increased healing. I max out health, I max out stamina. And then for the bark skin, I put 7, because putting 7, if you look on the left hand side, 7% plus the damage reduction I get from my armor puts me at the cap of 80. So increasing bark skin to 8, 9, or 10 is just a waste of points because the cap is 80 and I'm already at the cap. Then I dump the rest of my points into recovery, which increases your stamina regeneration. Because you're going to be rolling around and running around a lot, trying to kite and generate shields so you can stay healthy during the fight, most of the time your stamina is going to be pretty low, and you want that to regenerate as quickly as possible, especially during a fight, so you can go ahead and spam roll and evades. A fast, easy, and effective way to generate a quick shield is just to go ahead and melee strike. You can see here that the mutator that I'm using on my melee weapon is the Shield Breaker, where melee attacks grant a shield for 3.8% of max health. I can upgrade this one more time, I just need another Corrupted Luminite Crystal. But this is a quick way to generate a shield in case you can't roll, or if you want to save some ammo and do a couple melee hits, this will keep you healthy by generating a shield as well. And that's pretty much the build. Thanks for watching.